It was a moment no one expected. A man quietly left the restaurant, leaving his lunch unfinished. From a distance, a poor woman had been watching. The moment he walked away, she hurried to the table and sat down, hoping to eat what was left, because she had no money for a fresh meal. But before she could take a bite, a waitress approached, gently took the plate from her hands, and walked away. The woman froze. Her eyes welled up with tears, not from hunger alone, but from the shame and heartbreak of another missed chance to eat. She thought that once again she would go hungry, but then something beautiful happened. That same waitress returned, this time holding a warm, fresh plate of food. She placed it in front of the woman with a soft smile. "I can't pay for this," the woman whispered. The waitress knelt beside her and replied, "You don't have to. I'll cover it for you." Little girls are often known to feel jealous of their newborn siblings, but this sweet little girl proved that love can bloom instead of rivalry. She completely changed that idea with a single tender moment. I mean, sure, this young man's rescue was heartwarming, but seriously, how did that tiny kitten even get up there? That's the real mystery. This little boy was crying while sitting on his bicycle. He had just been bullied by a group of older boys. As he sat there in tears, another boy happened to walk by and stop next to him. The poor boy was so afraid of being bullied again that he tried to get away, but his fear was so overwhelming he couldn't even move. Then the other boy did something beautiful. He walked up and gave him a warm hug. He even kissed him gently on the forehead and wiped away his tears with his sleeve. The boy began to feel safe. He slowly started wiping his own tears too. The kind boy stayed with him for a while, talking to him, comforting him, reminding him that not everyone in the world is unkind. This person saw a tiny kitten running through the street, clearly searching for her mother. He decided to follow her to see if she would find her. After a short while, she came across another cat, but it turned out not to be her mother, so the little kitten kept searching. But her mother was nowhere to be found. In the end, the man who had been following her decided to adopt her. He gave the lost kitten water and food, and she finally felt safe and happy. Then he brought her home and took care of her. He introduced her to his other cat who had a kitten of her own. He was hoping the mother cat would adopt the little one. At first, she rejected her, but the kitten didn't give up. She kept trying to win the mother cat's affection. After many attempts, the mother cat finally accepted her. This student is a determined young man with special needs, and his lifelong dream was to join the university basketball team. Today, that dream came true. In a touching moment, a group of firefighters noticed a 97-year-old man struggling to mow his lawn. Without hesitation, they stopped their truck, got out, and began mowing the grass for him. They didn't come for an emergency, but they responded with the same heart, because true heroes don't just fight fires. They show up when kindness is needed most. This man brought a fishing net, hoping to rescue a cat that was stuck. But the cat got scared and jumped into the water. Just by looking into her wide, terrified eyes, you could see how deeply afraid she was. She began swimming, searching for a refuge, a way to escape the unknown danger she believed the man represented. But soon, she realized there was nowhere to go and tried to return to where she had started. The man understood how serious the situation was, so he moved quickly and tried to lift her out, but the cat was too frightened. She resisted the net, then she jumped into the water again, and even though she tried to avoid it, the man finally managed to guide her into the net and lift her to safety. The teacher placed a box on a chair and told his students, "Inside is a picture of the student I love the most." One by one, the students walked up, curious to see who it was. But when they looked inside, they didn't find a photo. They saw a mirror reflecting their own face. It was a gentle reminder. Sometimes the most powerful lesson is helping a child see their own worth. This man noticed a tiny kitten walking toward the car in front of him, which was waiting for pedestrians to cross. The kitten looked frightened and was clearly searching for a place to hide. She sat down right behind one of the front wheels. The man tried to alert the driver, but it was no use. He knew he had to act quickly to save her. He jumped out of his car, gently picked up the terrified kitten, and rescued her just in time. The bus driver noticed that no one was willing to give up their seat for an elderly woman left standing, so he announced the bus was out of service. Once everyone got off, he drove the elderly woman alone to her destination. Sometimes kindness speaks louder than words. This truck was driving down the road when the driver noticed a child crossing the street. Another truck coming from the opposite direction also saw the child and thankfully stopped immediately. At that exact moment, a motorcyclist was passing by. Without a second of hesitation, he stopped his bike, rushed to the child, and carried him to safety. Just as things calmed down, the child's mother appeared, realizing her little one was missing. She ran into the street, panicked and afraid, but finally felt relief wash over her when she saw her child safe and sound. In a town overwhelmed by floods, rescue workers climb onto a roof and cut it open to reach and rescue an elderly man trapped inside. He waits below, frightened and alone. Through that small opening, hope finds its way in. They lift him to safety. A gentle old man with nothing but his hands offered water to a thirsty dog. No words, no hesitation, just pure compassion. Sometimes the quietest acts speak the loudest. The biker tried to pass, unaware of danger ahead, but the truck driver saw what he couldn't and saved him without saying a word. A brave young man didn't hesitate. He jumped into a shallow pond to rescue a struggling dog. Sometimes true kindness means getting wet and muddy for a life that can't ask for help. These brave men didn't hesitate for a single moment to risk their lives in order to save a woman and her daughter swept away by the raging floodwaters. Soaked in rain, yet not forgotten, this elderly woman was walking alone when a group of young men stopped not to pass by, but to protect. In a world that rushes past, they chose kindness over convenience. The rain was pouring, the road slick with water, but that didn't stop these young men. They stepped off their bikes, and with soaked clothes and steady hearts, they pushed a stalled truck to help a stranger. Because real strength isn't in muscles, it's in compassion. This young woman was struggling to cross the street because of her broken leg. She was trying her best to hurry to the other side before the light turned green, but she just couldn't make it in time. Thankfully, there are still kind people in this world. Watch what happened next. A man pulled a chair from a pregnant woman without her seeing. Just before she fell, a restaurant worker dropped to the floor, becoming her seat to protect her. True kindness in a split second. Thank you for watching. In a world that often feels cold and fast, these simple acts of kindness remind us that humanity still shines quietly, beautifully. If these moments touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Here at Feelings Tonight, we celebrate the good in people, one story at a time. See you in the next video.